Welcome back to It Ain't Rocket Science. I'm Adam Balkin. Here at CES, there's an entire section devoted to fitness. These folks behind me working on making their hearts healthier. We actually caught up with one student in Austin, Texas, who's working on making a human heart from scratch.
Divya Ramamurthy has spent at least 10 hours a week in this lab since she got into the University of Texas, working on this.
I got to grow a lot of these cells. I was a freshman, sophomore when I was doing this, which is really exciting.
Now I think she just does it for fun.
As a freshman, Ramamurthy approached Dr. Laura Suggs and asked to work in the biomedical engineering lab. She became their youngest research assistant.
It's like a cooking show.
For 3 years, Ramamurthy worked with Laura Gose, who recently graduated with a PhD, to grow heart tissue using stem cells, hoping to ultimately create a human heart. But that will take a long time.
That's very far in the future. But, doing little steps like this really helps.
This is 3 years worth of work.
The tissue is actually about the size of a quarter.
Somebody wants to embark on a research career. The most important characteristic is persistence.
Ramamurthy says this work could help fight what the CDC calls the nation's leading cause of death.
When you have a heart attack, sections of your heart can die and they can't regenerate, and that can be a huge problem. And it also kind of leads to the issue of the fact that so many people are waiting for organ donations for so long. And so this is, ultimately trying to alleviate that.
Even with all the hours she's put into the lab work, she's not interested in being a doctor.
I'm not super great with germs or blood, surprisingly. These cells are kind of, a little bit more removed.
That's why she'd rather be a professor and continue her research. For It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Victoria Moranin.
Now back here at CES, one of the biggest growing trends, wearables, many of which designed to keep that heart of yours healthy. You've probably seen them before, wearables to track your activity, track fitness, and even count your calories, but this year, they're stepping it up. This watch includes a heart monitor that measures your stress level and sends out an alert when it senses you're in danger.
In addition to it being watching your health and your steps and your heart monitor, we're actually tracking safety too. This product's really for everybody. Everybody wants to get in shape and feel good, and everybody wants to be safe.
Another cutting-edge innovation this year, this device. It's a device a mother can wear that's wirelessly connected to an incubator mat that actually allows the baby to feel the mother's breathing and heart rate.
There's this silicone material that has Intel inside where there's a sensor that the mother can carry off-site while the child is in the incubator, and it could transmit her breathing, her heart rate, and even her scent to her child to help it develop quickly, grow stronger, and be able to leave the hospital in time.
And for those who are already grown, keeping in shape has never been easier. The fitness bands we've seen in years past have exploded here at CES, but one design stands out. It's a type of fitness clothing designed specifically with teen athletes in mind.
What we've seen is that in some situations, kids were not breathing correctly doing their sports, and they were not fitting well because of that. So with these shirts, they can see if they breathe well, if they breathe enough when they're training, either for basketball, hockey, or running or soccer, and they have more insights about their trainings.
Now from some aspiring professional athletes to some actual professional athletes who say STEM plays a pivotal role in helping their performance. When you think of ways to perfect your slap shot or make a diving save on the ice, the use of math and science are probably not the first things that come to mind. But professional ice hockey, like any number of sports, is best practiced with a grasp of the role STEM can play in achieving the best results. And it's a lesson not lost on these aspiring athletes.
We like how STEM relates to hockey and how different careers or different sports can relate to our education.
The angles, and how to hit the puck or not. It's kind of hard because you gotta use your calculations and you gotta catch the ball and you gotta block it and you gotta be like a cat, so you gotta be like cat reflexes.
The science was actually about the reflexes, because you know how you won't know when it will happen, and it actually helps you see how fast you are.
In California, at the home of the Anaheim Ducks, students from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Garden Grove and Redlands came for the fun-filled science lesson. It's an event organized as part of Time Warner Cable's Connect a Million Minds STEM in Sports campaign. And their teachers for the day, none other than two former professional hockey players. And even though they spent their careers hitting and duking it out on the ice, they made one thing clear: science plays an important role in the rink.
You know, my particular area of expertise for many years was hockey goaltending, which essentially is about geometry, and it's about playing the angles and being in the right spot on the ice. And if there's a way to use the position of goaltender to drive home the point, that if you really understand those principles, it can actually make you a more effective player, then I think that's a big win here with these kids.
We talked about how sticks, hockey sticks flex and give potential energy and turn it into kinetic energy, and how that translates into the puck. And that's kind of how a shot works. You transfer energy from a back foot to the front foot and follow through the net, adding direction and you know, things like that. We talked about technology and how it has helped players become faster on the ice because equipment's getting lighter and things of that nature.
I've always not really liked science, but today I've kind of liked it more because I've learned why it's important for our everyday life.
It opens a new door, I guess. I mean, I never really thought of that, but when George was talking about that, I realized there's science in everything.
Science can be fun sometimes.
It's so important for kids, I think, because it branches out into so many different aspects of your life, including sports, which I think always captures the minds and attentions of kids.
And though they're not on the ice, these former skaters assisted nearly 100 students net a better understanding of the principles of STEM in sport. Well, that wraps up this episode of It Ain't Rocket Science. Remember, as always, to find more hands-on science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your neighborhood, head over to www.connectamillionminds.com. And until next time, it's been a blast.